Hi class, welcome to Math Minutes video number 9. We're going to learn how to divide numbers with decimals. Go ahead and get your notebooks out. We're going to be turning to page 10. Dividing numbers that have decimals. Dividing numbers with decimals requires moving the decimal. So let's take a look at an example. If I have a number 0.2 and I want to divide that into, say, 3.6. Well, I want to make this number out here a whole number, which means I have to move the decimal. So instead of being in front of this, I want to move it to the back. If I move this one out here one place value, I need to move the decimal inside here also one place value. And then I'm just going to move that decimal right up there. Now I'm ready to divide like my regular steps. I know that 2 will go into 3 one time. I subtract that, I get 1. I'm going to bring down that 6. And then 2 goes into 16 8 times because 2 times 8 is 16. And so my number is 18. The decimal's on the back of it, which means this simply just equals 18. So let's take a look at another example. What if I have a number, let's say it's 0.03, and I want to divide that into, let's say 9.093. Okay, well, this time I'm moving my decimal. How many places to make 0.03 a whole number is I'm moving it 2 places, which means I have to move this one also 2 places, and the decimal is going to go right up there. Now I think about this number being 3. 3 goes into 9, and while I'm doing this, I'm ignoring all these little decimals inside here because it doesn't matter. I did this entire process so that I know where the decimal belongs in my final answer. So 3 goes into 9 3 times. Bring down that 0. 3 goes into 0 0 times. I need to be sure and have that place value there. Now I'm going to bring down this 9. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Gives me 9. I'm going to bring this 3 down. 3 goes into 3 1 time. So I'm just going to erase that so we can see our number a little clearer. Our answer is 303.1. Now, if I didn't move the decimals over, or if I only moved them out here and not in here, I'd end up with a very wrong answer. So the key to remembering how to divide using decimals is whatever you do on the outside, you've got to do to the inside. Very similar to the golden rule when we're solving for unknowns. If you do an operation to one side of an equation, you have to do it to the other. Well, when we're dividing with decimals, if you change where the decimal place is on the outside, you've got to change it on the inside, the dividend and the divisor. But it might be easier just to remember the outside number and the inside number. Okay, let's do one more problem. 2.5 into 31.72. Well, I'm going to start by moving my decimal one place, which means I have to move it one place here. 25, closest we can get, 25 into 31 is just one time. We subtract, that gives us 6. Let's bring down the 7. And I know that 25 can go into 67 2 times. And that would make 50. Subtract, bring down the 2. And I know that 25, the closest we can get is 150. And that is 6 times. Let's subtract. And that means we're ready to bring down a 0. I know that 25 will go into 200. 25 will go into 8 times. Gives me 200. And if we subtract and we bring down another 0, we end up with another 8. 200. And so there we go. So the big rule to remember here is simply to move your decimal. All right, finish up your notebooks and bring them completed with you to your next class.